up, everyone, and welcome to episode 15, season 4 of Girl You Know What podcast. I am Danielle.
And I'm Keisha.
And girl, so
Danielle has just wiped me out
yeah, I'm
with
sorry.
tea so hot. I can't even speak. Who knows what I'm going to say today? Because I can't even speak now.
Listen, look, okay, so here's the thing.
Y'all think we be talking about stuff
I was just
on here?
I was trying to figure out how to word it.
That our private conversations would still be crazy.
Child, that's why we can't.
Because we thought we was just talking about everything out in the open.
Yeah, but some things,
Baby.
just listen, girl.
She served me hot tea early this morning.
Listen,
my God, I'm focused.
Girl, yeah, because we're getting.
Let me just say this. You know what I've been thinking about today?
What's that?
What would Princess Diana look like?
Girl, okay, so why have I been thinking about that all week? First of all, I said she wouldn't give a damn about this coronation. Like if things
Charles looks horrible. That's the only reason I'm asking.
I mean, he
looks like he can barely wave his arms. Camilla looks like she can't raise her arms up. They look decrepit. And the whole time I was thinking like, dang. But he was older than Diana now that I'm just sitting here thinking
yeah, because she's like our parents' age. So she's like our mom's age, yeah. So she would have been. So
what is he, 70?
Yeah, he's definitely in his 70s, yeah.
Okay, so they were 10 or 12 years apart, probably.
Yeah.
That seems like the going rate for most relationships.
Yeah.
About 10 or 12 years. So, yeah, because, honey, they just look decrepit. He looks like he needs a bowl of soup, a sandwich, and a nap. Like, he looks like one of those angry old men that's hungry. Like, okay, we done did this long enough. Hurry up.
I mean, Camilla looks like she has to hold him up half the time.
And she needs somebody to hold her up today.
I mean, what am I saying?
They done put that 100-year-old cape on her.
The poor thing. You know Girl, her shoulders are going to be on fire this evening, okay?
Oh, she won't get out the bed for a couple days.
Child, because you know she's probably little and just, because she's in her 70s too.
She
was
pointing like, somebody get this thing on my back. Now, there's something wrong with it.
And I heard Mama don't play, so y'all better get it together.
And I thought to myself, so Camilla, how's it feel to be the royal whore? Because you went through all that and you finally got that man, and now your ass is queen.
But y'all,
maybe that's what I want a man like Charles.
Listen,
stand on what you say to me. Take me all the way to the crown. That's
it.
What I want.
That's it.
Because he left his wife. He left his wife,
Princess Diana,
and brought his whore to the crown.
Listen.
Okay. Y'all better check Charles' record now.
Oh, listen. I mean, and see, and here's the thing, like, but this just goes to show like how traditions and things like that need to be changed, and they have been. Queen Elizabeth, all her faults and things like that she did throughout her reign and her life and everything like that. Yeah, we can talk about that for days, but I think like at the end of the day, she realized that things were changing, and
in her old age, she did try to soften up.
Yeah, she definitely
loosen up.
Yeah,
because okay, let's think about what was happening behind closed doors. Charles been sleeping with Camilla,
right,
before he met Diana,
right.
He wanted
because that was like his
ex-girlfriend.
Like they actually like it wasn't like and I'm not taking anything away because he still cheated. She cheated because she was married. They both were cheating, on their spouses. But
so at first they were both single,
right?
But it was the tradition of the house that she came from or where she came from. They didn't feel like she was a suitable mate.
Exactly.
I don't know if she was like once divorced.
Yeah, that's what it was.
About her, that they didn't feel like she was a suitable mate for him.
Right. And that's where I was talking about, like, Queen Elizabeth did do some soul searching and was like, okay, we got to change some things, because even though I'm thankful that we did have Princess Diana, we were able to experience her in our lifetime. Still, if they would have had their way from the beginning, Princess Diana would have never been a thing. You know what I mean? Like, she would have just been Diana Spencer.
Right.
So, it's just like, so it is good to a sense that we did, be able to experience her. But if those traditions and things like that wouldn't have prevented him and Camilla from getting together, then, or those
Mhm.
stipulations, I should say,
Right.
then all of that could have probably been avoided. But who knows? He could have still been a whore. He could have still got tired of Camilla at one point. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? But
But it doesn't seem that way.
no,
It
because he loves
seems that
her.
he genuinely loves her.
Yeah.
He's always wanted her.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, the things I think about in relationships, sometimes I wonder, like, do people just come to a point in their relationship, or especially in your marriage,
Mm-hmm.
where you're like, I'm gonna just go get somebody else.
Right. Like I'm
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 just gonna go
tired of
ahead and
this. Yeah.
cheat because I'm tired of fussing with him, or
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of fussing with her, and let me have my heart's desire.
Mm-hmm.
Because how many times have you seen people be in love at one period of their life, and then they break apart, they each go on and marry or do whatever,
Mm-hmm.
only to see each other, bump into each other, and now you have this torrid love affair that you're having,
Right.
and you're still married.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of people do that.
Yeah, I mean, we hear about it all the time. I mean, and the sad thing is, like, it's kind of common. Like when you
Yeah,
get back together with someone who maybe was your true love,
yeah.
your first love, and you just can't let it go. I mean, there are a
Hmm.
lot of reasons, but I mean, and
Yeah,
that's why, all relationships are complicated.
yeah.
So it's just like, how
Yeah,
does
be with
that,
who you love.
that's the
Be
thing.
with who you love.
Yeah.
Who are you passionate about? You know, and don't be somewhere where you gotta fuss and fight and,
I mean,
oh, do this and what they say. I gotta pump and prime you to, like, it's a tug of war
mm-hmm.
all day.
Right.
Nobody should have to live like that.
No.
Don't live that way.
It's exhausting. It's just like, why would you want to live your
But I
whole
think loneliness is a crippling fear to people.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Some people just can't be alone, and it's sad.
People don't have the in my solitude. Like
Mhm.
they don't like the solitude of themselves. They don't
Right.
like that.
It's scary to them. It's a scary
I love
place.
it.
Oh my gosh, who you telling?
I love it. And I tell people in a hot second, being single ain't never did shit wrong to me.
Mm.
I mean, I don't know what happens when y'all get single.
Uh-huh.
Now, and again, this is spoken from a person. Again, I've been in a relationship for 10 years.
Right.
Being single ain't never did shit wrong to me.
Mhm.
Singleness is freedom.
Yeah, and don't feel bad. Like, quit having these people who have been in relationships and things like that try to make you feel bad about being single. Because
No.
most of them aren't even happy. Let's keep it real. They can front. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just like I look at some people who make little sly comments and stuff like that, and I'm just like, you would kill to have my life right now.
Thank you.
You know what I
You
mean?
barely like the bitch you with. Stop, please.
Basically.
You barely like to do who you with.
I mean, I'm
And I
just
heard
saying.
somebody say this, and this is the honest to goodness truth. Half of y'all sleeping with the ops.
I'm
Half of y'all, the person who you sleeping with, is your biggest hater.
I mean,
And y'all don't want to think about that.
no.
The person you with intimately is the person who underhandedly is tearing you apart the most.
Mhm.
The person is the person who's giving you the biggest complex about yourself.
Right.
Is the person who's giving you the most sly, underhanded comments. The person who's critiquing you the most about your look, your weight, your hair,
Mhm.
your skin color. It's the person you're in a relationship with.
Right, telling all your business that you really don't want out there.
And the reason that you probably sit there is because now you started to question those things that they talk about you about, like,
Mhm.
oh, is my hair funny looking? Maybe
Girl.
my nose, maybe my eyes, oh, my skin. Girl, fuck him.
Mhm.
Boy, get out of there.
Just saying. Then you start getting
'Cause
work
it
and
happened to
everything
me and Pooh.
done.
Yeah, get out of there.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta stop believing what people tell you about you.
Got to find that
Oh,
self-love first.
yeah.
And I mean, it's a cliche saying and it's an old saying, but it is so true. But you can't if you have so many insecurities, if you don't love yourself, you can't love somebody else. I'm sorry.
And you can't accept love.
No, 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 no. Mm-mm.
You cannot accept it.
Mm-mm. And I think a lot of us have been there before too. Like you didn't fully love yourself, so you weren't good in the
You didn't even
relationship.
believe it when other people really loved you.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yep.
didn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't feel right.
Yep. And that has no age limit.
Oh God, no, no.
Child, listen.
Mm-mm.
Woo, but so speaking of relationships, now I know like last episode, we had a lot going on last weekend, so
Mhm.
we didn't do it. I was busy like all weekend, and I know you had some stuff going on, so we didn't record, of course, last week. But the week before our last show, we said we were going to talk about relationships, and then
Mhm.
I had a whole bunch of topics but a lot of them are old anyway. But there's two big topics that came up this week that I want to discuss, and one does
Okay.
involve relationships. So, Eboni K. Williams.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting on your ass, Evan.
So, for people who don't know, Eboni K. Williams she was on Real Housewives of New York. She was the surprisingly New York. She was the first.
Oh,
Yeah, she was on. I
that's
didn't,
where I seen her at.
yeah, I didn't watch because I stopped watching New York after years, but
Yeah.
she was the first black um, cast member on there. She's a very successful attorney, author. I can't think of that news station that she's on or that station that she's on where she has her own show basically. Like she's a commentator and all that. So, but she's very successful, black woman. She's in her late 40s, I believe.
Oh God.
She was engaged to a white man. So let's just put that on the back burner for right now. But
Oh, and that's why DJ Envy said that to her. Okay.
yeah.
I figured that's what he meant, but I
Mm-hmm.
was wondering when he said, "How can you talk about uplifting black people and black people this and black people that like you love black people?" And that's not even what you're looking for.
Exactly. We're gonna get
He
to it.
sure did get that. He okay.
Oh, I mean, DJ Envy. Now I got my love hate relationship with the Breakfast Club, but
Mhm,
but DJ Envy, I try to give him a little grace, even though he gets on my nerves because he's a fellow Hampton alum. So I got to try to, and
mhm,
he's a DJ,
yeah,
so I try to give it to him. But
mhm,
child, but he got me this week. I was like, I love you, DJ Envy.
mhm.
Welcome back, pirate. But anyway, so so for people who don't know, Ebony K. Williams had Iyanla Van Zant, had Auntie Iyanla on her show. And they were talking about different things, whatever. But then the topic came up about, relationships and what
Mhm.
you're looking for, whatever. And Iyanla asked Ebony, would you date a bus driver? And Ebony, not only was she,
After now, Ayala asked Ebony that after Ebony went on a mini, that it was a fully loaded question.
right, right, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to say putting down black men,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a really fully loaded question
Yeah,
of
that's
like,
that's real
what
important. Go
are
ahead with that.
women,
Yeah.
what are women supposed to do with this slim picking of black
Mm-hmm.
men?
You're right.
Basically,
Yeah.
is how she, formed the question that she asked Ayala.
Right.
And back to her, Ayala said, "Would you date a bus driver?"
Mm-hmm.
Now this is good
Yeah.
because this is a heavy topic in my household.
Right. I bet.
This is a constant topic in my household
Mm-hmm.
because Ronnie has this belief that women, he calls us bougie. I think he's speaking about women like me. He calls us bougie, and
Mm-hmm.
he says like, "Oh, you know, women, but then at the same out of the same mouth, you love a put together woman.
Right. Yeah. I
You know,
mean,
you love a look of a woman, and the look of the woman you love is bougie."
mhm. And that's the thing. It's just like you can't judge one's preferences over the other. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So it's like, yeah, men have theirs, women have theirs. Some of them are the same, some are different.
Right. So my thing, I'm all over the place where this comes in
Mhm.
because I try to convey this to men. If that is her preference. So how this started in my household was with Martha Stewart.
Mhm.
Um, it was a random, oh, Martha Stewart was on the Late Show. Who's the one with the glasses?
Steve Colbert.
Yes, she was on that show.
Mhm.
He asked her what was her idea of a great first date.
Mhm.
She went on to explain a date that was from the
I
heavens.
it's fucking Martha Stewart.
She said, it would be nice, if we went on his private jet
Chaps.
and we went here and we went there. Oh, Ronnie, that lit Ronnie's fire.
I know it did. I can
Baby,
see
it
his
lit his
face now.
fire. He was like, "Well, you see why it gotta be about that." I said, "But I want you to tell me this. Where do you think that woman is bumping into a poor man?
Start right there.
I just want you to tell me where you think Martha Stewart is coming across with a poor."
I mean, because Martha Stewart was Martha Stewart before she became Martha Stewart. Let's keep it real. Martha's had coin for a long time, so
Y'all
she ain't
only
new
know Martha
money.
Stewart now because she fooled with Snoop Dogg.
Exactly.
I know Martha Stewart of the Martha Stewart show, of the Martha
Shit.
Stewart who used to have a Suburban in '95 with a fax machine on it. I know that Martha
Child,
Stewart.
listen. I
She been
mean,
getting coins, okay?
Ben, even before she became the household name, she was getting money. Her previous career before that. So it's like, come on
She
now.
married well as
Thank
well.
you.
So,
So what
I
do you
mean,
expect?
where do y'all think she's bumping into a poor man? I said, but you know what you men do? When you see a woman like her and you see a woman that's rich or that is well off or that looks like she takes great care of herself,
Mm-hmm.
instead of saying to yourself, I got to get my shit together to kind of get it up to where she at so I can take care of this woman. No, not you Negroes. What y'all do is you look at the woman and try to convince her why she should take less.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
don't know why y'all do that.
we're going to get into that too.
And then you get upset with the woman
Mm-hmm.
when she put you like, nah, baby, you ain't in my league.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of finding a woman that's on your level.
Right.
Because again, y'all in love with a look.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to understand the woman who has the look that you want, baby, 9 times out of 10, you can't afford her.
That part.
And what's wrong with saying, I let me get somebody that I can maintain?
Mm-hmm.
Why does that bother y'all so much? So
Right.
are you really frustrated because your coin fucked up? What's really got y'all panties in a bunch as men? Me and him have this conversation quite often.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's go to Ebony.
Right.
I think what Yana was trying to say to Ebony is stop judging a book by its cover.
Mm-hmm.
See what Ebony has done is automatically thought that because this man is black, he has no worth to me.
Right. Start
And
right
that's why
there.
you're out here dating white men.
Mm-hmm.
But baby, trash comes in white, green, brown, yellow, or purple.
Listen.
Trash is trash.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you have in your head said it's almost like being a racist
Yeah.
because you look at men who look like you, and I'm gonna stand on this to the day they put the dirt on me. That's self-hate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what y'all say.
It is.
It is self-hate.
Because you're projecting how you feel about yourself onto others.
And some black man in your life has probably wronged your mother, your
Mm-hmm.
grandmother, your aunt. You have seen some traumatizing relationship with a black man, and now you have let that carry on through your entire life into your
Mm-hmm.
relationships. And bitch, you need therapy.
Yeah.
We need to just start calling a thing a thing. There are some things that therapy is going to have to work you through.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't get me to believe that black people wake up and just say, I just like white girls.
Right.
I just like white boys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that.
No.
Because even if you went to the schools with the white boys, and even if you went to school with the white girls, and especially if you a black woman, it might be different for black boys. Because white girls be chasing behind y'all. But if you was a black girl in a high school where all the boys were whites, they did not pick you first.
No.
So you were hated there. I'm sure of it.
Oh yeah.
You were dated as like an anomaly, as like, ooh, I went to prom with a black girl.
You were something to try because I've heard that.
Yes,
I heard that being said before. You should try a black girl. Try.
yes. And I don't know why this idea is foreign to Black people. That's another thing that kind of throws me. It's like, why are Black people walking around acting like, oh no, he loves me, or it's not just because I'm Black, baby. It's giving me yes a massa. That's what it's giving me.
Right.
It's giving me very much plantation thinking.
Yeah.
If you think that that man is with you just because he like you, I'm sorry.
No. Mm-mm. No.
I don't know what you want me to say,
Uh,
but Ebony,
yeah.
Ayana told you right.
Mm.
She told you right. Would you date a bus driver? And the fact that you said if he owned the bus, bitch, who said a bus owner would be interested in you?
That part right there.
With
But
that stank ass
but
attitude.
see, and that's where a lot of people had the problem with her was because of the way that she answered it. It wasn't necessary. It was definitely what she said and how she said it. I mean, it was definitely what she said, but it was how she said it. It was that condescending, like you said, if he owned the bus, or something like that. If he owned the bus company, whatever the hell she said, some bullshit. But like you said, who said that he would be interested in somebody like you?
Because again, let's be clear, most successful men are not looking to pick you because you're successful.
Mm-hmm.
He has his own money.
Yep.
Now, a Black man might be proud of your accomplishments. And see, that's where else, like women like her, that's what you fail to realize as well. Get you a brother,
Mm-hmm.
because he will be out here. My best friend is recently married,
Mm-hmm.
and and so they're recently married, and she got a promotion. She was granted to be an assistant principal. This was like last school year. She got the
Right.
assistant principal job. So he was so proud.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband, and he's accomplished in his career,
Right.
but he was so proud to say, like, oh yeah, she the principal. You're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. He
Mm-hmm.
went out, bought her this new like Louis bag here because you could tote your books and this, you don't need to
Yes.
be toting your books and that. Like he was so proud of her accomplishment that
Mm-hmm.
he told everybody he talked to, he was sure to like, oh yeah, my baby did this, like my woman did this.
Right.
Girl, white men don't be doing that.
Mm-mm.
Let's be clear.
Because first of all, most of them think that you're supposed to live off of them.
Thank you.
You
It has
know.
been the only way that they've been able to control women for years.
And they're still trying to
Is
do it
their
today in
money.
different ways. Yeah.
They ain't wa- Think about all the crazy stories that you hear about these women who get killed by these
Mm-hmm.
white men, trapped in these relationships. What is the common thread? They don't work.
Mm-hmm.
But they get those women for a reason.
Yep.
Because that gives them ultimate control. Even
Mm-hmm.
if you go back as far as close as the 60s and 70s.
Yep.
White women weren't necessarily they didn't have to work.
Mm-mm.
They didn't leave the house.
No.
They had hired help. And then when that came played out, they kept you in the house. That's why they so exhausted
Mm-hmm.
with being housewives. They never took care of their own homes.
They
They're
were
exhausted with the thought.
Yeah, they weren't taught because they didn't come from that. So it's just like they weren't
No, they
shown
didn't
how to do
raise
this
no
and do
children.
that. Yeah.
That is foreign to them.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what white men want. They want to keep their thumb on you.
Yep.
But she gonna learn.
She gonna learn. So then a couple days later, after the backlash and everything, and there were a lot of people who were saying, like you said, Black women, why do we always have to settle? Why this and everything
Mhm.
like that? And that is a topic, yes.
Right.
But that wasn't where she
Her
was going.
tone was the problem.
Exactly. So she comes back a couple days later on her show, after all the backlash, and says that she believe, trying to play in our face basically.
Mhm.
Like try to backpedal and say like, well, I believe in the greatness of Black men and this, that, and the other. And,
No, you
just
don't.
no, that's not what you were saying. and we know that, and you're trying to play in our face. So then she goes on the Breakfast Club, as we spoke earlier, and DJ Envy, y'all had to watch that interview because DJ Envy gathered the dog shit out of Eboni K.
Mhm,
Williams, and I was so proud of him because
mhm.
I was glad. I thought it was going to be Charlemagne, but DJ Envy was like, "No, we ain't playing this game. We know what you meant."
And we know that you came here where all the black people are,
Uh huh.
where all the black listeners are,
Exactly.
to save face.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't stupid.
Yep.
Ain't no red table talk no more. So now you gonna come here.
Girl, so there's
I'm so glad
that.
they got rid of that
I'm
shit.
so damn glad. I was just
I was tired.
like,
I was waiting. I said, how long y'all gonna let this go
I
on?
mean, especially girl, after all that
Please.
bullshit. I mean, that should have been, it should have been canceled then. Before Facebook got rid of all their shows, that should have been canceled after all
Out
that.
of respect for Will Smith,
I'm just
I mean,
saying,
y'all should have just shut that down.
shit.
The embarrassment that was brought upon that family.
The
It was
bullshit that
just
she
too
was
much.
spewing out every episode after
She
that.
another one. She another one. Baby, you ain't happy over there. Go
No,
on and get you somebody
that's
else.
what I'm
The
saying.
man gonna have to give you half.
That's
Y'all
it.
live in California.
Yeah, y'all
Go
been married for
on
80
and get
years.
your 49%
Girl, go on and get it. I
and
mean,
get out of there.
you can do what you want to. You can be with men, women, whatever your preference is
And
nowadays.
go
You just
in
do whatever
that
you
in
want.
the will. And if I was you, get away from that bad energy on that
Mm-hmm.
sex ranch that she over there running. Let her and the kids have that little land that y'all got
Child. Shit,
and
the kids are
move
trying to get away
somewhere
from
else.
the kid. I don't even think didn't Jaden's ass he what was it called, emancipation? He emancipated himself at like what 15, 16 years old. He didn't
Oh,
even want to be
child,
there. And Willow, she's just hanging on, girl. She don't know what she wants to do with herself,
get
just like
out of there.
get out of there, Will. It
Will,
ain't
you
worth
gonna
it.
have to. Will, you need to get out of there to make a place for yourself, because
Yeah.
eventually your kids gonna need
Right.
a place of comfort. Cause you can just tell by looking at her,
Mm-hmm.
she is not loving and motherly.
No, not at all.
And we already know she ain't wifely.
I mean,
She's made that pretty
I
plain to
mean,
all of us.
I'm just saying.
So,
And Jaden, keep your friends away from her. I'm just saying.
oh my god.
So
And
next.
then we're gonna talk about women sexual predators.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
And
have
we
to do
need to
that
just
because
bring
that
it to the
is
carpet. Because people love to talk about all the men.
mm-hmm.
Oh, you dating these young girls, you messing with these young girls. Do y'all know how many women predators are out there?
Mm-hmm.
They be preying on y'all sons.
Yep.
Ugh, the thought of it
Just
grosses
listen.
me out.
Mm.
But
Girl. So next, the Brat and Judy.
oh god,
Okay, so everybody
how did I
know
get into this? How did you walk me down the
we
street?
well, we
How?
going we going straight down this street because I think this is actually kind of funny.
Oh
But
Lord.
it goes into almost what Ebony K. Williams is giving, what she's serving.
Mhm.
So for people who don't know, the Brat and Judy are, they're expecting.
I think people know the brat.
Yeah, they know the
I don't
Brat,
think people really know
who
Judy.
Judy. Okay, so I mean, I'm
Judy
not
is
gonna
a
lie.
hair care.
Yeah.
Judy is she is a I would say a hair guru. I would
Mm-hmm.
call her
Yeah.
that. She started off in a salon in New Orleans. She's
Mm-hmm.
from New Orleans
Mm-hmm.
doing Super's hair.
Right.
She was Super's friend and her beautician. So she did Super's hair for years. And she was in a lot of Super's earlier videos.
Mm-hmm.
And so she began to, grow more and more famous. She came out with those miracle drops,
Yeah.
and it was off from there.
Mm-hmm.
She was able to build $1 million empire off of miracle drops.
Right.
And so she was in a couple of relationships,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
if
because
I'm not
she has
mistaken.
like grown kids, I
She
think.
has grown kids, but
Yeah.
when I say relation, I mean since she's been Judy.
Okay, gotcha,
She
gotcha.
has been in I know I saw her with a man because
Mm-hmm.
I remember her him teaching her how to change her oil. Well, she
Okay.
wanted to learn how to change her oil.
Mm-hmm.
I remember him. Um I don't think I remember seeing her with a woman. I think I remember seeing her with two guys.
Mm-hmm.
since she's been Judy.
Right.
And then there were like rumors that she was dating a woman.
Right.
And then come to find out the woman was Brat.
Mm-hmm.
So and Jessica Dupart, that is her.
Yeah,
Her name.
I couldn't remember
But
what her real name was
yeah,
either. So thanks.
everybody calls her Judy, the real
Yeah.
BBK.
Yeah. So, and then what was it, like a year, almost 2 years ago, when I think it was a couple years ago when
The drama with them being
yeah, with
married.
them married,
And then
and she didn't
Lisa
tell her
Ray.
sister Lisa Ray.
Right.
But I mean,
Lisa
just
Ray was like, what the heck is going on? But can I just say this? It does seem weird.
yeah,
Something about
they have some kind. It's something going on between the two of them because she didn't even tell her she was pregnant.
and I'm not even talking about with Lisa Ray and her.
Mm-hmm.
I just mean with Judy and Brat. Because why don't y'all say anything? And it's
Right.
almost like y'all been living in that compound with just y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Probably.
or then like inviting like a couple of your friends around.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what is the big secret?
Yeah.
Y'all in love, like, and
Well, maybe they
Brad,
just want their privacy. I mean, I don't
Brad,
know.
we
I don't
didn't knew he was
know.
gay, so I don't know what the secret is. Like, it's like, what secret are we keeping here?
Yeah, because the thing is, like, I could see at first, but now y'all got a TV show and everything.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird. Like, what
Yeah.
is going on?
Yeah. So, okay, so they've been married for at least a couple years that we know of.
Yeah,
And the
I
brat,
do remember them talking about they wanted a baby.
right? They said they wanted a baby because, as I mentioned, Judy has grown kids, and then I think she
Okay,
even has a grandchild, I believe.
she does. Her
So,
son had a baby.
yeah. So, she's been there, done that. So they, decide to have a baby. And it's actually, I don't watch their show, but it's actually being documented now because, of course, the brat, she's like pretty much almost due. She's probably like at least 6, 8 months, between 6 to 8 months now. She's big.
Oh,
So, it's being documented on the show now. And, them going through the fertility and all that other stuff. And them going to the sperm bank to, get the donor. So they go through a list of donors and
oh,
they go through the list of
I
donors.
know exactly what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes.
And they ended up choosing a white donor.
So
Okay.
did they show this on the show?
I guess that's why this came up. Because I think like this past
Well,
week
somebody
or the
said
week
she did
before.
like an interview. I
Well, that
saw
came
the quote.
afterwards. Yeah,
Oh,
that I believe that now I could be wrong. If anybody, knows more than I do, I'm just going by something that I just read. Like
oh my God.
yeah. But I know it's just recently like the
I
episode with
had
them
forgot
talking
all
about
about this Danielle until you just brought
girl.
it up. I forgot.
Yeah. So I guess, in the interview that they did that you're talking about, the interviewer asked them, well, why didn't you pick a black donor? And one of them, I don't know who because I
It
don't.
was Brett. It
Okay, it
was
was
Brett.
Brad. Okay, figures. She said that the sperm bank that they went to, mind you, they're in Atlanta, so let's just keep that in mind. They went to the sperm bank and they went through a list of donors, and the only black donor looked like Jiminy Cricket. So they said no, we're not because they didn't want him to have, or I'm sorry, the baby to have those traits or whatever, possibly come out looking like Jiminy Cricket, pretty much. So I'm thinking like, okay, first of all, that's ignorant. You just say that you didn't want
Jiminy Cricket.
Girl.
Because you know who shared that? Dr. Umar Johnson. That's how I saw it.
Oh,
He
okay. See, I
posted
don't
it on
watch him.
Instagram.
Yeah.
I
Uh
don't. He posted the little caption from the interview on Instagram. He posted it and it said, "We pick," and in quotation, she
mm-hmm.
said, "Because all the black donors look like Jiminy Cricket."
Right.
I was like, "Oh wow!"
Like okay. And
I just
then
said it out loud.
so of course, I mean, just basically. So of course, I got backlash from that, and people were just like, just say that you didn't want,
So
because
you picked a white donor?
right. And
I
I'm
don't
pretty
know about
sure
that, Brad.
no, and I'm pretty sure there are tons of sperm banks, and I'm pretty sure in a city like Atlanta, Georgia,
Why
there
did you even do it here?
exactly. You could have went anywhere. Y'all got millions and millions of fucking dollars. You could have went anywhere and got the donor that
Most
you
of the
wanted.
people who I see do infertility stuff,
Mm-hmm.
they go to a different state.
That's what I'm
Even
saying.
when Jeff and Gage
And
had
people.
their daughter,
Mm-hmm.
I believe they went to Colorado. Like
See.
you go somewhere else. You never pick from Because you have okay, even the fact that you picked the white man, you
Mm-hmm.
have a very high probability that your kid is gonna bump into their brother,
I
their
mean,
sister, and there's a possibility that they could mate with them.
right.
Why would you pick that? To me was the first thing like, why did y'all even do that?
And we've been seeing like all these, like these men getting banned from sperm banks because they fathered like hundreds of kids.
Um,
So just think about how what the odds are in your own city.
exactly.
So, people were
And
just
if you
like,
really wanted a black sperm donor, you would
you
have
would have
got
got
one.
one. Exactly. And that's the point everybody was making. They were like, just say that you wanted a mixed child. You wanted a better chance of having a light skinned baby. Just say it. It's just like quit trying to play. And that's what these celebrities do. They try to play in people's face. And it's just like
Yep.
nobody is taking that shit. It's just, I don't know
Yep.
how else to say it. It's just like people are not stupid. They don't care if you're celebrities or not. They're going to
Girl,
call you
nobody
out.
is stupid.
No, people are going to call y'all out. Y'all have access to all these fans, non-fan. You have access to thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions of people because a lot of y'all like to brag that y'all got hundreds, thousands, and millions of followers and everything like that. And all these people are going to call y'all out on your bullshit, and y'all don't like it because Big Booty Judy came back and she had a retort for it. I didn't even read all of what she said, but basically she was trying to double down, but she didn't only just double down, but then she tried to backpedal within her double down, and say, well, we really wanted a black donor, but we just couldn't find one. It was just only like one or two at the
Girl,
sperm.
yes, you could stop it.
Girl, I was just like, y'all just make it worse when y'all come out and say shit. Just like what's the Jonathan Majors? The more he talks, the worse his situation gets with his domestic violence
Oh
allegations.
yeah.
It's like, who are your people? Who do these people have PR people anymore? Do these celebrities even listen to their PR people, or do they just go straight to social
I wonder
media?
sometimes because I've seen a couple of things and thought to myself, oh, nobody wrote that for you. You wrote that
No.
yourself.
Uh-uh.
I'll do PR for you. I'll write you some
Listen.
statements. If you really out here flying solo,
Mm-hmm.
I can type up a couple words that we can bullshit the public, till you get yourself together. But
Listen.
please stop being out here just standing up at the podium saying whatever you want to say.
Whatever, because it
Don't
is
do
not
no Jesse Smollett.
okay. Wish girl.
Don't do that.
Because that's the route they're going. It's like they just go, they're as bad as us, just going directly straight to social media with bullshit. It's
Yeah,
just like, I mean,
tweeting all kind of crazy stuff
oh
and
my gosh. And then y'all get
eh,
mad at the backlash. It's just like, oh my gosh, I just don't get it. That's why I don't deal with these celebrities. I can't. I can't. I just like, because I mean, it just goes to prove that, people try to put celebrities and famous people on pedestals. And it's just like you just see with stuff like this, they're just normal people.
mhm.
But they don't think that they're normal people because it's like, how dare you challenge what I say? How dare you, but
Girl,
girl, I just can't.
that's crazy.
Woo.
Yeah, I did see that, and I kind of was
Hmm.
like, I did cringe a little when I read that Jimmy Cricket.
Yeah. I
I
was
was
just
like, oh
like,
God.
really? Like, come on now.
I mean,
Just say you want a
I
mixed baby.
just
I'm light skinned. Just say you want a mixed baby. There's plenty of us light skinned babies out here. Just say it.
and I wish people would learn that black comes in different
Thank
shades.
you. Thank you. That's the point I was getting to. If you want a light skinned baby, if you want a dark skinned baby, if you want a brown skin, we are in all sorts of colors. We come in all sorts of colors,
Yeah,
shapes,
and
and
I just don't
sizes.
think you had to pick a white man for that.
No, not at all.
But
I mean,
whatever.
what do we know?
I mean, it's just, oh Lord, as we get older, people just
Child.
expose
They
themselves.
do. They
And you
really
be kind of
do.
looking like, oh, God.
Child, I can't. I can't with the people. But before we get out of here, I'm gonna ask if you have anything as well. But I do want to say that we did last week. We did lose a couple, um, important. I'm gonna say important because they did transform um, the way that in different ways. You know what I mean? But
Right.
we lost Harry Belafonte, who of course is just a
Oh,
legend in
yes.
his own mind. I mean, in his own way.
I
Just
unfriended somebody who said something about negative about Harry Belafonte. Because I just don't appreciate it. I just
yeah.
this is what they said exactly.
Hmm.
I mean, breaking news. They broke news to say that Harry Belafonte died. Like, with all that stuff that's going on. What
People
for
are
what? I hit unfriend so fast.
yeah.
Let me see, because I've been unfriending you niggas left and right.
Left and right. Listen,
I've been putting people on snoozes left and right.
if I'm not
To
in
the
your
point
algorithm anymore, that's why.
to the point that I have seen people like my stuff and thought to myself, oh, I forgot about you.
Girl, that's the way that you find out who to get rid of, honey. That's another way. Oh, I thought I got rid of you. Up, delete. Mm-mm.
Because what I do is I just unfollow people. They
Mm-hmm.
probably still see the stuff I post, but I don't see what they post.
Right, right,
And I'm
right.
okay with that. I'm
Yeah,
okay with
that's
that.
fine. Yeah.
Because some of the stuff, somebody said a negative comment about HBCUs. I unfriended them.
Oh, yeah, I've done that too. Yeah.
I don't have time. And
Mm-mm.
on top of that, you're already a negative person. So you're gonna get on here and say something negative about historically black colleges and universities?
Right.
And you barely sending any of your kids to college?
I mean, let's just
Baby, I
start
don't got
right
time for
there.
that.
You've had one experience, and it probably was something that you did that you didn't do, I should say.
Or that you out here letting your kids do on their own instead of
Yeah,
being
because
a
you
real
don't know what's
parent
going right. Right. There you go.
and doing it for them.
Mm-hmm. Helping them out at least, whatever, because you don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Ciao. But we also lost. So yeah, we lost and Harry Belafonte. We're not going to take any slander about him because I mean,
At
just
all.
a complete legend. I mean, icon. I mean, everything that you can put up
Civil
there.
rights activists.
Civil. I mean, that's enough right
So
there.
that is enough right there for me to
Yeah.
unfriend you.
Thank you. I mean,
I
he's.
wasn't even talking about the dances and the karmas
Oh
and
no,
all
what about
the the work that he did
the
in the arts. But he
listen
is a civil rights activist, baby. You're gonna get unfriended quick.
and was still doing activism up until just like what a couple years ago till we like really stopped hearing about him and obviously because he was getting up there in age whatever but he was still out here marching and doing but
Baby, you better go back and look at them black and white photos.
I mean he was sitting next to Coretta Scott King at Dr. King's
Fine.
funeral and
Y'all
Coretta
get out
didn't
of here.
play so she wasn't just going to have anybody sitting shotgun at her husband's wedding. I mean not wedding,
Listen,
funeral.
them
So
was his friends. It
yes,
was Dr. King's friends.
yes. Ugh,
They funded that movement.
right.
I know people had a lot to say about Julian Bond. I wasn't taking no smack about Julian.
Mm-mm.
Listen, them people paved the way for us to have the privileges that we have today.
Exactly.
Shut your goofy ass up.
Don't know nothing.
Okay, I'm getting mad. Go on. Who's the
Yeah,
next person?
Jerry Springer.
Damn, they wasn't that crazy.
That was definitely a shock because I mean I guess like I think they said it was cancer, but I
Oh,
don't quote me, but I believe it was. They said it was a sudden illness, so like it was like
oh,
whatever it was took him out quick. So nobody, of course,
man.
knew that he was even really sick or anything like that. Now I might be getting him and Lynn Goodman from Dancing with the Stars because he passed away as well. But I know they said he had cancer, and it was almost like the same situation, like where he got
Oh,
sick and
yeah.
it took him out quickly too. But there were a lot of people, of course, saying bad stuff about Jerry Springer, and of course, it was people around our age
Why?
talking about how he was a culture vulture and all this other stuff. All these fake ass woke people. Y'all were the same ones and then they were talking about. I see more people saying rest in peace to Jerry Springer than I do them saying Harry Belafonte. But I seen you post more Jerry Springer clips. I ain't never seen you post anything on Harry Belafonte. So it's like, quit trying all this fake wokeness, just people just get on my nerves.
When we get off air, I want you to tell me who it was so I
Oh
can
yeah.
unfriend
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I definitely
because I'm
will.
gonna unfriend their ass too.
Yeah.
I'm sick of y'all. Like
Yeah,
honestly,
because it's just like enough is enough. It's just
the older
like,
I get, the more I get sick of
oh,
y'all.
I have no tolerance. And I just remember my grandfather, he told me two things. He said, getting old is a bitch. He did. And he said, your tolerance is goes to zero over time. It was something like that.
Yeah.
That wasn't the exact quote, but it was something about your tolerance getting down to zero over a certain period. It was something like that. I can't remember the exact words, and I wish I could. But yeah, I mean, I've noticed it. I've definitely noticed it just within the past couple years. I think I've talked about this before. Like just like within the past couple years, I have really just don't give a shit. And it's just like whatever y'all got
Yeah.
to say, I don't care. It's just like
Mhm.
I'm not just like I posted. Remember, I don't know if you saw that video I posted where It was 2 kids, they were obviously in a foreign country, and they were voguing, and they were getting
Oh, yeah, I
down.
saw that.
Yeah, somebody on Facebook, which I rarely go on Facebook, but somebody posted on Facebook, what they say, fucking shame or something like that, or sad as fuck. That's what it was. Sad AF. That's what they posted.
Wait a minute, underneath your
Yeah,
post?
underneath the post, and I just deleted it. I'll tell you who that was as well. But because
But let me say this: if you don't approve, if it was the whatever you think the dance moves, if it was the lifestyle that you think the dance moves promote, my question is this: why you couldn't shut up about it?
exactly,
If you didn't like it, why didn't you just move forward?
I don't understand that. Because there are tons of things that y'all post that I'm just like, this is
I still
bullshit, and I
thought it was
keep on
cute.
going. It was cute, and
I
those
thought it was
kids.
cute. I didn't like. I laughed.
Yeah, that's how I was like. I was like, get down, children, Vogue, children, because
Maybe I want to know who that person was too,
yeah,
because I want to unfriend them.
yeah.
I'm just tired. It's enough.
It's enough. It's enough.
It
So
makes you want to really just come away from Facebook.
it
Period.
does, and that's why I rarely go on there, and that's why people be like, "I sent you a message," and I'm just like, "Oh, did you? Oh, okay."
Oh,
I
I have
didn't.
my notifications are not on.
Mine
The
aren't
only
either.
way I
That's
will
why I
know
don't
that
get a.
you sent me a message on Facebook, I
Uh
don't have to
huh.
get an email.
Yeah, because it's like I might have to start. Well, no, because then I'll get a whole bunch of emails about that, and that's gonna piss me off
Well,
too.
I
But
think you get the email I thought you get the email anyway when
no, I
somebody
think you can
sends you a
turn that
message.
off. If maybe I don't know, but I don't get any. And I know I used to. I used to get like a whole bunch of emails, but I think I went into my settings and checked because I used to get emails when somebody commented on something. I was like, good Lord.
I just started getting noticing those emails yesterday. And if I wonder if it's a reason why, because Bart sent me a message
Mm-hmm.
and it was like message from Bart Clay. And I was like, why would Bart be sending me something through Messenger?
But sometimes I'll get like a notification that'll say somebody sent me a message 2 days ago and I had no idea. I was just like, oh, let me go in there and check
Yeah.
that. And especially if it's somebody I like, I'll definitely go right in there and check it. But yeah, so. But
Well, girl,
yeah, so
wonderful
there's
show.
that.
Wonderful show. Wonderful.
Yeah.
People, be kind.
Yeah, I mean,
What this is summing up. Don't
right.
judge a book by its cover.
No.
Be nice to people. You
Mhm.
never know who your husband is or who your wife's gonna be.
Right.
Be kind. Don't don't do people any kind of way. Don't
No.
just assume because they look a certain way or they speak a certain way that they're ignorant or they don't know or they don't have enough money to support you. Because that's what y'all out here doing looking for sugar daddies. Let's be real.
Basically, yeah, I mean, let's keep it real, yeah.
Sugar daddies and sugar mamas. That's what
That's
y'all
what
out
it
here looking
is.
for.
Yeah.
Because I am, I think I've said this to you. I said this on the show a couple weeks ago. I
Mhm.
would prefer if I had a lot of money and the man was just like a janitor and he was just in
Mhm.
love with me.
Mhm.
That would make me feel great.
That's what and that just shows a lot of the mentality and maturity that people are, including somebody like Ebony K. Williams, who supposedly on the outside looks like she got it all together, but that just lets you know where they are in their thought process in life.
Right.
So it's just like,
Well,
girl.
all right,
Yes,
girl.
ma'am. Go ahead, close us out, sis. Oh yeah,
All right.
we're, don't yeah, we're going to be off for about a month.
Yeah, but we'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back though. We're just going to tell that's what we're going to we discussed this. We're going to record for a couple months, then take a month off, then record and take a month off, and we're going to start our new seasons at the beginning of the year. So, but we'll of course be posting and stuff and doing our own things within that time period that we're off. But we're just going to take a break from doing the show because we got a lot of shit going on. Not just outside, but it's good to take a break too. So, but
Right.
anyway, but go
Well,
ahead,
you all know where to
sis.
reach us as girl underscore you know what. And you can reach us at Wellness and Women and at DannieBSpeaks. We appreciate you for listening and we'll see you in about 4
Yes,
weeks.
ma'am.
Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.